Hello my model building friends, it's Brian with BG Model Workshop, and this is our quarterly stash update. So let's get to looking at some styrene that's still in the box. First off, we're going to start with a very special kit. This one, look at that guy there, Aston Martin DB4. Oh baby, love it in that green. I'm more used to seeing these guys in the silver color from the James Bond movies. But looks great in that green, and this is probably a British racing green, which means it's like about 15 different shades of that particular color. This kit has some nice features too. Sadly, though, it only comes in the left hand or the American spec version, but I would like to have it in the English or the right hand drive spec. But it does have opening doors, fully detailed interior, of course. I'm not sure what we're featuring there. I guess it's got a quarter panel that I'm pretty proud of. And then it's got the inline 6 engine with the supercharger. So that looks pretty sweet. And then here we go. Look at that. The trunk opens. We got a spare tire back there. And look at all that awesome luggage. So that's pretty cool. So we're excited about getting into this guy here. I got that one on the eBay. And it was a nice, one of my favorite sellers on there. The guy's name is Dog. DAWG55 or 555, I can't recall, but I got that from him, and I also picked up this one too. This was one of my little Grail kits. I always love these little Europas, and it's one of my favorite manufacturers, so we know it's going to go pretty well. So yeah, we're really excited about that. So I've been really adding to my English sports car collection there. And then we'll do this one here. This one I got at my local hobby shop. Once a month, the group that I'm part of now actually builds at the hobby shop, which is very convenient if you go there to build and you forgot your paint or glue or something like that, like I did. So while I was searching the aisles for the glue that I needed, I stumbled across this guy here. And the owner of the shop told me that this was in a kit collection that he had purchased from some widow. And it's all there. He only charged me 20 bucks for it, so I think that was a pretty fair deal. And it's got some nice, detail and such. So I really like these 1930s cars. So I can't wait to get into that, dude. Excuse me, my allergies are giving me a fit today. We were out in the desert doing some shooting with Mr. Bill. He's actually repairing nicely from his stroke. And he does get tired very quickly, though, but he was very happy to go out shooting with us and did some shooting himself. I tell you what, even though he had a stroke, that guy has not lost a step when it comes to being able to zero in on a golf ball at 25 feet with a .22 pistol. So I was very happy to see him able to be out there and enjoying himself again. So anyway, back to basics here. So we got the time machine, the DeLorean time machine, Mark III. And this is the one that starts out in the 1950s and it goes back into the 1800s. And speaking of the 1800s, here we got the Mark IV, the one that's on the railroad rails. Anyway, so I'm excited. And now I have all 4 of the DeLoreans, and I want to start getting into those and building those guys. Because we'll just do one right after the other when it comes to that. And then I mentioned earlier that as part of a model building group here in the area, and one of the guys had come across this kit in a collection that he had bought. It doesn't do starships. He's pretty much into cars, specifically Pontiacs. That's why we call him Pontiac Mike. But yeah, he swapped me one of my Pontiac kits for this guy here, so I thought that was a pretty awesome deal there. This does have a barcode on the side, so I know it's a repop. I think this is from the 1990s. The box does have a bit of shelf rash and wear, but everything inside is still sealed and good to go. So I'm not sure what the vintage is on that, but I don't think it's too old. And then a couple of guys have already posted that they have this kit in their stash now, so I went out and got mine today. And here we go. It's the Grease Lightning from the movie Grease. Oh, look at that. That's a beautiful looking decal job on there, right? Just love the box art on that. And I remember watching this movie and thinking, man, this is the best movie ever. It's all about cars and hot rods. This is sweet. I guess there's like a song in there too. I don't remember. specifically, but looks pretty nice. I'm looking forward to digging into this boy, and yeah, that's going to be cool. I'll have to dedicate that build to an old friend of mine from back in my days in the theater. No, I wasn't on stage. I was backstage. That's where all the cool people were. All right, so this one's extremely special because this was the birthday present for Mrs. BG this year, and she told me that she stood in the hobby store for a long time, searching on her phone different model kits that would be, you know, something fun to build, something that's good quality, that kind of stuff. Eventually, she came to this one and saw some good reviews about it online and decided to get it. I think it's kind of cool because it's got the bonus revolving display stand, which looks like it should be a rocket engine of some sort. But I've seen this kit before on the shelf, and I never thought about picking it up. I just always walked right past it, went right to my Tamiya stuff. But because she decided to do the research on it and did a lot of digging to find out whether or not this was actually a good kit or not, I appreciate that greatly. So she picked it up, and one thing that's really awesome about Mrs. BG is that she picks out kits that I wouldn't normally buy for myself. Half of my stash is stuff that she picked out that I wouldn't normally buy for myself, and I have enjoyed greatly building that kit. So the bottom here has all the upside downy stuff. There we go. So there are no decals in this kit. Vincent Weston, if you're watching this, there are no decals that are issued with this kit. There is a decal for the stand, but that's it. So it's a wonderful kit. It's awesome. I would love to do an open box review for you guys, but she actually wants to do that herself. So we're going to see if we can get her to do that this weekend. So stay tuned for that, guys. She's really excited about that. And then over here we go. We got the 1967 GT350. Now, Splash Paints, one of my favorite paint guys, they actually offer the Eleanor paint scheme package. So I had picked that up several weeks ago, and I'm happy to have this kit now. I know the Eleanor is a GT500, not a 350, but I wanted to paint up a car of that vintage in that painting scheme. And last but not least, we have the Batmobile from Batman and Robin starring George Clooney. The only Batman that did the one thing that the Joker, Penguin, and the Riddler couldn't do, which was kill Batman. So it does come with a small figure. I think it's just a waist-up deal. And what's really sweet is that the Batman logo, the bat symbol, is actually pressed into the tread of the tires. I don't know if we're going to light this one or not. I do want to do a lighting kit for a car someday, but that's a whole other ball of wax I don't know if I want to get into. Anyway, y'all have a great weekend. Take it easy. If you get time to spend at the bench, great. If you get time to spend with a family, better. If you have to work this weekend, you know, it is what it is. Just try to enjoy it. Money's good. All right, we'll talk to you later on, folks. Bye now.